man should be able to build a relationship, build an environment, an atmosphere in his marriage that it is going to be free from the influence of his family. Like I said, there is a kind of standard that is being upheld in the family of the man as well as the family of the woman. Now, the man comes from a family, they have a standard that is being upheld there. They have a view of what marriage is. They have an understanding of what marriage is. They have a picture of what marriage is. Now, sometimes these families, you must get to understand that there is this level of greed that is actually involved in families, that they will actually want to influence marriages of their siblings, their children, whatsoever. So there is that level of greed. It is normal, it is rather than natural. So for you to prevent that doctrine, that standard that is at work in your own father's house, your own mother's house, not to repeat itself in your own home, you must make sure that you don't take problems to them. You don't take the weaknesses, you don't take the need of your wife to them. Because now, sometimes also, there are a lot of negative consequences that this comes with. Because after you have actually exposed to them the needs of your wife, told them all sorts of things about your wife, it sticks. Sometimes to delete it takes time, and sometimes it will never. So it gives them a totally different picture of who your wife is. So that is why it is good for a man to actually make sure that he guards jealously the weaknesses of his wife. The same as a woman too. You must guard jealously the weaknesses of your husband. Now, there was a time you see a woman went and told the brothers that the husband was not actually feeding money in the house, and there was a problem. What was that? The only thing that man could get was that early in the morning, 3 of that woman's brothers had to storm his house, and they gave him the beatings of his life. That actually played a lot in that marriage. You see, it was a kind of a problem. Was it right what the man was doing? No, it wasn't. But the approach to the problem. So the way the woman approached that problem was wrong. So approaches to problems is what has actually made sure it has actually built a mountain out of a molehill, out of an anthill. It has actually built a mountain out of it. Why? Because we approached it wrongly. So as a man, you must make sure you do that. Your approach, the woman too, your approach to problems, you do not actually take it to your family. Then one of the things that I've experienced is that most people who get into marriage, they have not understood, they have not actually read, they have not actually studied, they have not actually received counseling as to how to handle problems that come out of that marriage. Now, you may argue the fact that some people go into marriage and according to them, they are not going with a negative mind. They don't want to have a mind of problems. They don't prepare themselves that they are going into marriage to see problems, to face challenges. They feel that their marriage is going to be different from others. They have seen problems in other people's marriages and they feel that theirs is going to be different, which is wrong. Now, there are no divorces you see today that were actually decided in the beginning of that marriage. There is no separation that you see today that was decided at the beginning of that marriage. Everything was just fine. Everything was just okay until it suddenly happened. So that is the reason why we must read. That is the reason why we must learn.